Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashwin Mohan, and this is my talk. At 2002, I started to become concerned with this issue of the rape culture that we seem to have around us in India. It wasn't something that I thought is my problem until 2002. But then I realized that misogyny is actually a man's problem. I also saw some TEDx videos about this later, much after I had realized this. Why is it a man's problem? Because in 2002 I was 24 or something, or 22 or something like that. I don't remember. Okay, I'm really bad with numbers. I have accountants for that. Now, so in 2002, I was trying really hard to date, and I could not get any girl to come out with me after 8 or 10 in the night. Just not happening. It was not possible. And I realized, what are you afraid of? And then I started asking questions. I'm afraid to get raped. I'm like, who's gonna? Oh, then I started going around. Wait, you don't go out after 7? No, I don't go after 7. Oh, that's why you sent somebody else to shop for you that day. Yeah, okay. And then I started to understand that every woman goes through a set of checklists and precautions so that she won't get raped. I thought this was ridiculous. And then I wanted, because I've never felt like raping anybody. Why do men rape? So I began my investigation. Conditions for violence. Now, rape is a form of violence. You all know that. I figured out that there are 3 conditions for violence. The first condition is that you must think of the other person as a non-person, somebody with no feelings and no thoughts. And then it's the first condition is satisfied, but still that's not enough. 2 more conditions have to be satisfied before you can be violent to them. The second condition is that you must feel threatened, or you must feel that you can lose something. And the third condition, lose something because of that person, right? And the third is that you must not see any consequences for hitting them or being violent to them or raping them. These 3 conditions have to be satisfied. Only then violence is possible. And if these 3 conditions are satisfied, it is certain that violence will happen. This was my analysis of the situation, and I believe I'm right about that. What is culture? So, how does a culture form? When we talk about rape culture, it's a culture, right? I didn't get that culture, so good for me. But we are all part of a rape culture. It might be shocking for you, but if you're thinking about preventing rape, or if you're thinking about, as a man, if you're thinking about your family members who are female not getting raped, then you're part of a rape culture. There's no way about it. You are part of the problem, and there are some things that you might have to do if you want to stop it. So it's worth understanding how a culture is formed. So I started to investigate, and this was my finding. The first parts of culture are taken on faith. You get it from your parents, you get it from people you trust. And they tell you how you should behave, what you should believe, in what you should believe, and how all the questions a child asks. Have you seen how many questions a child asks? What is the world? What is the sun? What are the stars? What is the meaning of life? Everything a child will ask you, and even if you say I don't know, it takes it on faith that it's not possible to know. And if you do give some answer, the child is going to take that as a faith. So that's the beginning of culture. It's done very early in life. And also when you learn about a new thing. So today I found out about QR codes. Now whatever whatever my friend told me about that is my faith. I just believe him. Whatever he told me. He said, I do this with that, I do that with that. I've taken all that as faith. I have not verified it. So this is the beginning of culture. Now the second thing is the inference. A person takes that and then he infers what he can do with the information that is taken on faith and also the new information that's coming in. You take some information and you infer something. For example, you can infer that somebody comes into the room and they are not wet when it's raining outside. You can infer that they carried an umbrella if maybe the bottom part is wet, or you can infer that they came in a car right into your porch if none of them is wet. So this is inference. You take the information available and you create new information in your head. Now, the next one is experience. Experience changes also your culture. When Indians go abroad, they get exposed to other cultures and they come back changed forever. Right? And so on and so forth. There are small changes that you take in. The beliefs that you held so rigidly can fall away with experience. So this is what culture is. So what about the rape culture? In the rape culture, this has already been done. We can of course change the stories that we tell children. We can change the stories we tell them. We tell children stories of fear. We tell especially girls stories of fear. We say that you are very precious and many people will try to rape you. So you better be careful from now on. Lock yourself up. It's not possible for you to fight 10 men. Just don't take a risk. This is the wrong message. You should tell children that if she wanted to, she could fight 10 men. And my friends here are going to help demonstrate that to some extent, how easy it is to damage a human body if you wanted to. I will show you in a bit. Okay, so we got to change these stories and change these beliefs about girls being the weaker sex and so on. Second, you need to think, how would it change for you if the world had equality as a man and as a woman? How would this change? What would be the personal benefits to you? Because you're not going to act on personal benefits to anybody else unless you have a really big heart like my friend here. You're not going to act on anything other than personal benefits. So please get the personal benefits. And what would you lose in a world of equality? What are you afraid of losing if everything was equal? So use your brain in this way and you can slowly pull yourself out by inference. Now, also what immediate actions can you take that you aren't taking, right? Fine. Now, this is my favorite part. This is the central idea which I have been working with over the past 12 years to create immediate consequences. Do you remember that this one I showed you? One of all these are the conditions. So if I create consequences for the person right away, he's not going to make the rape. He's not going to rape. So how can I empower people to create immediate consequences? I started like this. This is not mine, of course. This is Sampath Pal Devi. She's the founder of the Gulabi gang, everybody knows. She changed the culture of that region. She changed the culture. She made sure that women and men live with more respect for each other in this region. Now this is what I started. I went to a Sri Lankan camp, refugee camp. They would come across the boat in really bad shape, having post-traumatic stress disorder. They've already lost a few family members and they are distraught, and the men would take to drinking to forget about it and start beating their wives and daughters. So I went there and I did a workshop for 2 days. At the end of the workshop, they did a street play for me to tell me what they had learned from it, and I was mighty impressed with what they had learned. That very day, they went home. One of the ladies told her husband, I have learned self-defense. If you beat me today, there will be consequences. And she picked up one of the implements, like a frying pan or something, and she said, dare try to beat me today. I will break your teeth and you won't be able to eat anymore in your life. So he said that threat was enough. He didn't beat her. He stopped drinking. He went to work. The Sri Lankan community of 1 lakh women in India transformed their domestic experience. No more domestic violence in Sri Lankan homes. After this, they adopted the project. They started teaching each other. They made little memes that they can teach each other. They made little abbreviations. They gave names to the techniques. because the English names didn't work for them in their own language. They adopted it and they freed themselves. The entire culture freed themselves. Then a bunch of people came and told me, isn't this victim blaming? You're making the victim responsible for the change? I said, this is not victim blaming. This is victim empowering. Please know the difference, right? And then I worked with the central government of India. NIPSED is the organization. They reach out to 5.5 million, 1 million girls every year. And so far we've reached out to about 5.5 million girls. It's a program funded by the central government to empower, to give knowledge to adolescent girls on dealing with the changes in their bodies. But then I pushed this agenda and I got self-defense included in that. And there have been a lot of good stories. One quick story, there was a 13-year-old girl. After doing the program, she went to the toilet and she was followed by a man. He came inside and closed the door, started pawing at her and started kissing her, and he was trying to rape her. Now she clarified her intent. I said, I tell all my students, have only one intent. Intend only one thing, because when you're in fear and when you're in stress, you can't have 10 intentions, or you cannot do analytical thought here. Clarify one intention fast. So her intention was, I want to knock this man unconscious. She remembered that. She remembers her breath becoming more stable, and she spat in his eyes a couple of times. Right? This is a technique we use. You spit in someone's eyes, their hands go here. They expose their throat, and she started punching his throat. After 6 punches on his throat, he was flat out. He passed out. And this is a 13-year-old girl. She was shaking. She took a few more breaths, opened the latch of the door, ran, got the police, and when the police came back, he was still lying unconscious. So this is how you can empower even a child. It is not hard at all. So I'm going to take the next 5 minutes to show you a few techniques with the help of my friends Siddharth, where are you, and Jayashri. Please come up. All right. Now I want to tell you that Jayashri learned these techniques in 10 minutes. I've not trained her for more than 10 minutes, right? She's going to demonstrate some things for you. Now what if Siddharth is one of those creeps who falls on you on a bus? So he's going to act like one. He isn't one, of course, but he's going to act like a creep who falls on the girls in a bus. Okay, this is what he's doing. The bus applies the brakes, and then he falls. Okay, be careful. Did you hit him too hard? You okay? Hey, don't hit him so hard. All right. Okay, the idea is when you sneeze and hit someone, it looks like an accident, right? And at this point, you can always look up and you can apologize, right? She didn't do that, but that's what you're supposed to do. You go and say sorry to the person. You say, I'm sorry. Make it look like an accident. Oh, did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Were you falling on me? Because when people fall on me, I feel like sneezing, right? You can say this and then get away with the consequence. Immediate consequences for the guy. He's not going to try anything after that. Okay, now in the next incident, Siddharth is going to pull her by the hair, right? Yeah, this happens a lot. They pull you by your hair. Yeah, let him get a good grip and starts pulling. There you go. What just happened there? Do you know what happened there? And she learnt it in 10 minutes. Look, whenever someone holds your hand, could you just hold my hands there? I'm not going to move much. We think this is the problem. But the person is attached to clothes. Please remember this. Thank you. They don't teach you this in the martial art classes. This is something I figured out on the street, right? People are attached to their clothes. That's what she did. She picked him up by the clothes. Now you'll see some more of it. Siddharth is up to his tricks again. He still hasn't learned his lesson. Yeah, now he's going to try and pick her up, okay? So when someone tries to pick you up, please go ahead. Wrap your leg around them and pull their clothes. They'll be down. It's that simple. Right? Okay. And now Siddharth is pissed off, so he's going to slap her. All you have to do is spit in the person's eye. This is a really good technique. Use it liberally when you're in trouble. And then you'll get enough time to pick up a stone or pick up something and throw it in their face and escape. It is possible. You just have to intend it. The techniques are all out there. All right. And what was the last thing? Oh yeah, many people are scared of this. Someone will throw me on the ground, pull off my pants and rape me. Okay? So this is what he's going to do. He's going to try at least. Do you know what she's doing there? Thank you so much, guys. That was awesome. Okay. Do you know what she did in the end? She was breaking his ankle. If you break your attacker's ankle, he can't run after you, right? So these techniques are all there in a book I wrote. It's called Kali. I wrote this book. It's available on Amazon, and very soon this book, which also covers what's legal to do and what's not legal to do, when to do it, what is rape culture, how do we deal with it, etc., etc. I wrote it. It's available right now on Amazon, and I'm going to distribute this book. I just closed a deal with the central government. They're buying 10 lakh copies of it, and it's going to be given to every girl in every Kendriya Vidyalaya. So this kind of knowledge has to come to the public domain, and this is the only way that we can erase misogyny from the face of this planet, from every country, and live with true equality. None of the other methods, protesting, none of those are going to work, because I've tried them all. So I'll leave you with these thoughts. Thank you very much.